Things. It's so this is basically how you'll see it. It just did a restart on there and everything like that. I put up here for ease at least because it's got a the Windows username and password and stuff.
Okay.
So if you come up to it, you just typical. We're gonna have to log in. So name of the PC is BAS. So that's gonna be up there for us already. Password and it's case sensitive. I got it right up on top there. BAS 1 2 3 4 5. That's gonna just get you into the Windows portion of everything like that. So we sit down here. We say BAS 1 2 3 4 5. We're going to get to our home screen now. On our home screen, I have a little hyperlink here that says BAS login.
All right.
Okay, that's going to bring you right to it. All you got to do is double click on there, and then we're going to come into the login page. Okay. Right now I have all the rooms in there for once it gets on the network and stuff. Right now I have one username and one password in there. I can add more for people today if we want to, if you can get me a list, however you want to do it. If you want to just keep the one, it's your guys' call. I can set them up if you give me names. I can put temporary passwords in there and then force it to when the first time you guys log in, you set your own passwords. That way I don't know them, I can't see them, I can't track them, anything like that or whatever.
I don't have a problem sharing.
So right now I have a username of Pterodyne.
Okay.
And it's a capital T, it's all case sensitive.
Okay.
And then the password is maintenance with a capital M. 1 exclamation point. I didn't put that up on here. Usually I don't. I like to keep that stuff hidden a little bit.
1 exclamation?
Yeah. So so it'll be capital M, and then everything else is lowercase.
All right.
One exclamation. I've been doing maintenance for 30 years. I've been doing maintenance for 30 years. And I remember the dispatcher calling me like 4 years ago, finally saying, "When are you going to learn how to spell maintenance?"
Like, before this.
Yeah. There's a reason I fix air conditioners for a living. I guess, So you type your name in there, and then you hit the login, and then this is going to be considered your home page. Okay, basically what it is, it's just a quick scenario of everything that is on your system. So FCU 629, those are the fan coil units, and those are related to the rooms that they are in and everything like that. ACB1, B2, B3, those are your IT rooms.
Gotcha.
And then you have the temp chamber. And again, it just kind of gives you a quick status of what's going on, showing, okay, all my fan coil units are occupied. The Occupied meaning people are in the building. So those you want to see those occupied all the time. Those are running occupied 20. They're set up in the thermostat over there. It's the thermostat controlled. It's locked out at the thermostat. So you just kind of if you see them unoccupied or the space set point or something went wrong or whatever. But it's kind of got a basic set point of 71 across the board. It's what I got from these guys from you people a while ago and everything like that on what you wanted. Gives you a quick view on what the space humidity is, what you have for the set points for them, and if the unit has the capability of generating alarm, I put that up there, and a general alarm just means at the time something's an alarm, we don't know what, but it'll just pop up and show you for that right away. Okay. When you see orange, yellow, anything like that, it usually means communication failure. I'm not talking to that. Generally what that is, we lose power, somebody shuts it off. I know for a fact this guy is shut off. It's for that small room over there. The humidifier is right above that test chamber and high voltage lab or whatever. So they shut that off. I left it off. I don't go back and turn things back on after you guys turn them off. I figured there was a reason for it and everything like that. Summertime, we were having some issues because you guys' rooms generate so much dry heat. We were finding that we were trying to cool and humidify at the same time and everything like that. So what I did is we put in there a outside air temperature enable or disable of the humidifiers. So right now, meaning with a set point of 55, anytime the outside air is 56, there's a 2-degree deadband. I tried to make a note on there so and there's a 5-minute delay. So if you change it, don't expect it, give it 5 minutes, let it do its timeout and everything like that. So anytime we're below that, it's going to enable the humidifiers to run off of the set point. I'm not controlling them. All that's doing is saying, hey, you can go. Here's your set point. What's your humidity? And the unit's going to do what it needs to do to try to humidify for you. All right. There's 2 ways to get to equipment. All of these on the left here are hyperlinks going directly to them. And the only difference is going to be is I have the chiller by itself over here. So it's all a tree-based hyperlink, push buttons type of thing. So we'll go on each one individually because 629 is the only one that doesn't have a humidifier in them. So you'll just see a couple little differences in between them or whatever. I think 629 is this guy right out here.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's the lights.
Also, when you look up on here, I guess I have the alarms. You can see unacknowledged alarms. I got 499 unacknowledged alarms.
So those are the ones that went off. And
Those are the ones that have been
cleared
going
the road.
on, and then some of them clear, some of them don't. You
Okay.
can see I have 2 active alarms.
Yep.
That means,
Right.
you know, we're currently in alarm, don't know what they are, whatever.
Are those the 2 orange ones?
You have,
No.
let's find out. So you have a little alarm bell over here that's
Uh-huh.
flashing red right now. So there's 2 ways to get to that. You have your alarm bell over here. I also have a little hyperlink down here for alarms. There's two tabs that'll go to it. Either one, doesn't matter. You can click on it. Give it a second. So here we go. So red means obviously we're in alarm still right now. Green means we were in alarm, but it reset back to normal for some reason, some case, or you know, it could be a setting, it could be a time delay, it could be a glitch, and not really a glitch usually. I mean, there's good time delays on everything and stuff with you. And then this kind of just gives you the timestamp of when they started coming in, where they came from. HVAC World is notorious for acronyms, easy for me to say.
Okay.
So there's a lot of abbreviations, a lot of you know, short names on them and everything. They all try to give you at least where they came from. Chiller 1 South.
Okay.
Chiller 1 South. Temp chamber for this guy. This was you know, and then it'll.
Which one's temp chamber? Back in network.
Yeah, the temp chamber right there is going to tell you. So that was a ping success. So when you see a ping success, what that was is that the balancer here was today. He shut it off.
Okay.
That means it lost comm. So it went into a comm failure, and then once power was turned back on, it says okay, ping success. Just saying, hey, I talked to it, I seen it. You know, anything like that. So that guy, you know, right away, you can highlight on that little checkbox right there. You have your acknowledge, and then you'll see it'll acknowledge that, and then that'll disappear for you.
Okay.
Okay.
So I get what FCU 642 is. What about ACB1?
So that is ACB 1, B2, and B3 are your IT
Data
rooms.
rooms?
The data
Okay.
rooms, I'm sorry, yes. And in the text there, you can see, like, for the general alarm, I have IT room, you know, return to normal. Like I said, naming is always difficult. When we come through, I get names on the mechanicals. That's what I go by, you know what I'm saying? If you want things changed later, it's definitely doable.
Okay.
It just takes a little bit of backtracking only because every hyperlink and everything is linked up with names to begin with. So
I
when
don't
you
think
change
that's
them,
a
you
big
just
deal
got to
as
make
long as
sure.
we can get some sort of a key.
Of what's
Yeah.
going on.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, you can see, you know, if we go through this, FCU 642, effective zone temp, space temperature normal. So at one point that means the space temperature wasn't normal, but then it came back.
Mhm.
I'm going to leave these all in here. We can backtrack and go through them in a little bit. I'm going to kind of bounce back, you know, since we're seeing alarms, I kind of want to bounce back and forth a little bit to give you an idea where they're coming from.
Okay.
Okay.
And the rooms don't have any more detail. It's just the thermostat in that room is saying something's wrong.
No, yeah.
Like
they're-
in your data room, you have it broken down into 1, 2, and 3, but in the rooms, it's all just 1.
For the data rooms, they have their own individual thermostats
Yeah,
up on
yeah,
there. So
yeah.
each one is going to hold its own
Okay.
individual alarms in it
Gotcha.
and everything.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You know, so when you go in there, you know, I mean, I don't know if I think it beeps. I think they beep or something like that. If
They
there's an
definitely
alarm, you know, so then you got to go to that each individual screen. It's going to report out. You know, their screen might be a little bit more detailed than what this is.
Okay.
But yes, I mean, anything that I'm reporting here should be alarming out through the thermostat in that each room.
Understood.
Okay, so we'll leave them up there. Again, it's all tree based on the left hand side here. If you ever forget where you're at, you can always hit the back arrow up here, or just always hit the home button. Any one of these guys on the left, again, will bring you to where you're at. So let's grab like the first one. Let's go fan coil 629. So 629 again is the one different fan coil unit than the other ones that are out there. This one's pretty basic. There's no humidity in there or humidifier for it or anything. That's this little guy over here.
Gotcha, gotcha. Yeah.
So basically, if you ever move the mouse around and you kind of see, you know, all of a sudden things highlight and stuff, or if you see the set next to it, those are things that are changeable.
Okay.
Anything that doesn't highlight or you can't click on or anything, it's basically a read-only point. It's a feedback type of point, just something saying, You know, it's just information back for you.
Okay.
Set points, pretty basic. I got 71. If you guys don't like 71, I mean, there's two ways. You can hit the set right there, and then you're going to get a little pop up right here.
Yeah.
You can see it's limited from 60 to 100 degrees that you can put it at.
Okay.
You know, you don't like that, you just highlight it over. Say we want 70 degrees in there. You just hit OK. You'll see that 70, and then in a minute, that active set point will drop down to
Yeah.
70. So what that is, it's kind of a feedback coming back. That's saying, hey, I told the guy
Uh-huh.
this is what I
And it
want,
acknowledged.
and then it acknowledged and said, okay, here's what my active set point is now. So if for ever any reason you do that and you don't see something coming back, it means, you know, it calms down, something's going on, it's not getting your command further or anything like that with it.
Does that active set point take into any account any offset locally as well? Like if someone has like a slider or anything?
There's no sliders on them, and they're locked out right now. So the way this would work is if you got into the thermostat, you can change that, and then it'll update and reflect back on the here on you. You know, I mean, that's where you can see maybe a discrepancy or something like that on what I'm telling you or what you did.
If we had a problem with this PC, if it black screened and we couldn't get into it, could we do it right on the module still, or would
Yes.
there be a problem?
Yeah, nope, you can't.
Can you get the password for this?
1111.
Okay.
And that's changeable. I just try to make things easy right off the bat. So if back to the PC, if this crashes, if this does anything, there's no software on this. It's all web based. Any
Okay.
PC, unfortunately, right now because we're not on the network. I had to just temp into that.
Ah.
Once we're on your network, I mean,
Yeah.
but any PC on an IP scheme, I'd have to see what it is. I think I got it as a 192 right now. Oh, 10. I got them all as a 10. I'm sorry. Good. So yeah, I mean, if you set a PC up on 10.10.10.100 or whatever, and then took this cord out and plugged right into it, you'd get the same type of thing. The only difference is on your computer, you won't have that hyperlink. You would have to type in 10.10.10.10. That's most definitely going to change once we get on your guys' network and stuff. That's just a general default that I put in there right now so we can see it and talk to.
Yep.
So all of these IPs, I'm pretty positive we're going to end up changing on this before this is said and done and everything like that. Also, you have space temperature alarms. These are what are getting emailed out to us every once in a while and everything like that with them. So right now you have high alarm deviation, low alarm deviation. You can enable it, disable it, whatever you guys want to. I have them enabled both at the same time and everything like that. And then also a time delay. So as you can see right now, our active set point is 70 degrees. So I have a plus minus of 5 degrees on all of that. So that kind of spits back to you and tells you what your high and low alarms are also.
Okay.
So you know it's 75. So if we went back to 71 here, once it sees the active, you should see that bump up to 76 and 65 or whatever like that. So it follows suit whatever the active set point is for it at that time. Yeah, there you go. So there's like 76 now and 66 for that. Time delay, it's all in minutes. I got it at 30 minutes right now. We'll have to see how it goes if we want.
What does that mean exactly?
So what that means is if my space temperature gets to 76.1 degrees, it's going to wait 30 minutes before it generates an alarm out.
Okay.
You know, you don't want it instantaneous on temp alarms. There needs to be a delay in there. You can get any type of, fluke doors opening, someone walking by with something hot or warm that's going to cause that to do that. So I want it to be above that 5 degree dead band for 30 minutes before I generate an alarm.
Yeah, makes sense. So now are these the sets? Does this show it on the unit and give us an email?
This is not going to be on the unit.
No,
This is not
okay.
part of
So
the
it's
this
just
is
gonna
not part
send
of the
an email.
thermostats.
All right,
This is
gotcha.
part of your automation system. That this is where the management of the BAS system
Okay.
comes in. Basically, we grab things and then this is how we generate alarms because the thermostats can't generate alarms. You know,
Okay.
I mean they got some basics in there, but nothing temp based or anything that's going to alert you to it or whatever.
Okay.
That's why we try to do an email, and then when they are an alarm. Let's go back to home here for a second. Let's set one up for alarm here. So you'll see, let's see if we go back here. Let me check this for you real quick. So we're going to change this to 0 minutes. And we are 70, so I'm going to change my low alarm to 0. Boom. So you see it went to 71. I changed it to 0 minutes right away. So I mean that alerts right away. So you'll red means alarm, obviously. You know what I mean? So if they are at the time when you go back over here, you know, just a clear indication of okay, something. You know, red means I'm in basically a space temperature alarm. It doesn't shut anything down. It doesn't stop anything. It's just an information type of thing again to say, hey, you know, just to try to draw your attention to it.
That makes sense. And the orange is what, not responding?
The orange is the communication loss. Yes,
Okay.
it's not responding. I'm not talking to it.
Gotcha.
This is the one that is in your high voltage area that they have it shut off right now. I seen earlier at 6:39 somebody turned it on because
Yes.
we were orange
Yeah,
on that
turned
guy too.
Yes.
Orange, yellow sometimes. It's there's no rhyme, no reason. Both of them kind of mean a
Okay.
comm loss. It depends on how the BAS interprets it at the time that it happens. One is for kind of a fault and one is for a comm loss. So
Is there somewhere you can see that it actually is saying comm loss? Is that in the
that
alarms?
should be in our alarms.
Okay.
That should be. It's gotta be one of the bottoms down here. Let's see. I might have.
So by orange?
It will show it in here. I think I force cleared it when I was.
Data sort of thing?
I'm trying to see here. That was.
Is it posted on there?
Yeah, no, I'm trying to just see. It should. Everything should be.
The one that's in full right now, isn't that currently in alarm? Hasn't that already generated?
That's already generated, and I think I cleared that guy out because we got so many of them. I tried to back off. I can find that again and.
Well, while you're in there, do you want to acknowledge the one that you just generated, just so they can see?
Well,
It's like after you've acknowledged it, but it's not cleared.
So anytime, I mean, once it's in alarm, I mean, you can try to acknowledge it, and all it's going to do, it's going to take the red away. Just says, hey, I acknowledged it, but I'm
Okay.
still in alarm. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
alarm,
saying? So
yeah.
you got to wait for it to come back out for it to truly go back.
Okay.
So if we went back to that guy,
So do you have to acknowledge it to get it to turn off of red?
no, you got to fix the temperature.
Well, if it fixes on its own, do
The
you-
red will go away.
It'll fix itself.
The red will go away, and
Yeah.
then that alarm in there, that's where it'll show. So you see how it showed space temperature alarm, like
Mhm.
low space temperature alarm, and then it shows you what the temp was.
Yeah.
When it clears itself, you're gonna get space temperature normal.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? That's
So what does acknowledging do really?
well, it clears your home page for one.
Okay. It's just like reading an email.
It's
getting it to turn
just
off.
acknowledging that hey,
Right.
somebody
Yeah.
came in here and
Someone's aware that
Somebody is
Okay.
aware that
Understood.
this
Gotcha.
did it for you. So yes, if we go back and put this back to 30 minutes. Put this back to 5. Boom, you see how now it cleared out, right? You see it cleared out itself
Mhm.
because we fixed the temperature
Yeah.
basically is what
Okay.
we did in there. And then if we go back to alarm, since we acknowledged it, let's see what happens.
Yep.
There you go. So it came back. Now it says, okay, 629. Now my space temperature is back normal, like that. So that's when you can. So if we went to the home page, so you can see here. Where we're at 497 and 2 actives.
Okay.
So if we go back, and I'm gonna all these by the end of today, I'm gonna clear all the ones that are cleared. I'm gonna clear them all out of here.
Mm-hmm.
It's something nice to kind of track and see how often they come back and where we're at and everything like that. So now that Sage is that guy there, I'm going to acknowledge him. He went away. Now we should show 496, I think. So they're that's just saying it's just counting down for you. 496. You acknowledged it. You cleared it out of there. It's not there any longer.
Okay.
So yeah, that's basically it for this guy with no humidity in there or anything like that. So if we go to like one of our next fan coil units, 639.
That's a great choice. I actually want to move the temperature up like 2 degrees if you
Oh,
Perfect.
perfect.
can.
It's basically the same. It's the same setup basically, except you have humidifiers in here, so you just have a little bit more information up
Okay,
on this
cool.
guy coming. What the humidifier is doing, I have a humidifier status in here. That was part of it too, and that is checking your comm.
Uh-huh.
So I'll bounce back to here, but This is a good example for you. See, humidifier stat, that guy's down. That's the one that was in orange. You know what I'm saying? I monitor it.
Oh,
So when you
okay,
click
okay.
on there, you know,
what
good
you're
means
finding.
I'm up, I'm talking to it, my
Yeah.
communication is good. Down and an alarm,
Mhm.
I'm not talking to it, communication is bad.
Are those the only two you'll see there? Good and down?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
On off.
So back to 639. So, a few things with this guy. Same thing, space temperature set point. You said you wanted to change it?
Yep. Couple of 73 would be good.
Go ahead.
Sure.
I've driven this one enough.
Some engineers will appreciate this.
He's dialed in now.
Right?
He's dialed in.
You're a pro now, you know? Look out, I might be offering you a job soon, okay? I need some help. So there you go. You said, hey, I want 73. The active set point came back and said 73. So hey, you know, okay, I'm at least talking to it. We've seen it there.
Mm-hmm.
And then you'll see your cool command here when it needs to be. Obviously, we're below space temp right now, so you shouldn't see that.
Yeah.
Going for your cool command.
Okay. Cool. So, space humidity set point is 35.
Mm-hmm.
Really? We haven't set that low enough?
Well,
Okay.
I did that this morning because we've been
Oh,
having problems.
okay.
I had it at 40, and we're having
Yeah,
problems
yes.
at 40.
No, you're not wrong. Okay.
You know, so yeah, I just went back to
I
try
thought
to
that they
backtrack.
were 40, 45, so I was just.
I had them all
They
set
were.
at 40.
Okay.
They were.
Yeah, I had them all set at 40. But until I think we get a few things
Yeah.
hashed out with the sensors, the way
That'll-
they're reading
that'll
and
help.
stuff like that.
That'll help.
Absolutely.
Okay. It'll help try to tone it down a little bit for us right now and stop that on you. But same thing with that. You can have your set point right there if you want to change it. You know, we can go 40, no problem.
So now the humidifier is going to pop on?
Well, so here's
gonna
what we
tip-
did
gonna
because we
shake?
were having some things in there.
Mm-hmm.
I did, and let me double check what I have here right now. So you see, actually, hold on, let me pull it up here. So when we were running into a few of these issues behind the scenes in the BAS, what I did is I monitored the space humidity, okay, and what the set point is. And what I did is I did a trigger in there that if the space humidity got 10% above our set point,
Mm-hmm.
then it was going to automatically disable that humidifier to try to just as kind of a stopgap type of thing. And I did those hard numbers, and we can change it if we want to. Let me pull that up here real quick. So what we did. It's going to be. So then I tried to put for the fan coil unit what humidifier goes with it there too. The number, that's just a word there for you, so you know. And they're enabled on the humidifiers too. A humidifier 1, humidifier 2, humidifier 3.
Okay.
So if I look at humidifier 1.
So when we get alarm emails from those humidifiers, it'll just say humidifier 1.
It's
Low-
going to say
low
low,
alarm or
low
whatever.
humidity. We've been getting the whole low humidities. I believe we should be
Okay.
able to find one
It
in
won't,
there.
yeah, it won't be coming from the humidifier. It'll come from the thermostat.
So here, yeah, humidifier 1,
Mhm.
room RH, space humidity normal, went 44%.
Okay.
Double click on this. Can I get more out of that?
So we might want to change those names. I see the next one it tells the room, but this one it doesn't. So can we change it to humidifier 639?
Well, see, that's your communication
Okay.
right now. So,
Yeah. So instead of humidifier 1, can it be humidifier 639 so that when we get an email, we know exactly?
yes, we can do that. So here's where the emails are right now. This is
Yeah.
part of your network that we need. Okay.
Okay.
I'm kind of cheating the system a little bit and using an outside server just during this temp time and everything like
Sure.
that. So in order to do that, everything is set up in this guy. So in order to do what I had to is I had to duplicate almost everything alarm wise and everything like that.
Okay.
So I didn't get into too much detail with those right now on
Okay,
naming
okay.
and how those message text out because we just wanted something to alert something right now.
Okay.
I think once we get on your network and we have that all
Do
set
more
up and working
detail.
and everything like that, we can get way more detail for
Awesome.
you.
Okay. No
And
problem.
punch in there whatever we wanted to
Okay.
to text out for you and everything.
Sounds great.
Like I said, we were just kind of waiting on the network type of thing, so we just kind of did a little workaround in the meantime to at least alert people of something that's going on there.
Okay.
With those. And this one, right? Oh yeah, so I was looking at, and then I have it, it won't reset until I get 2% of back above my set point, so we're real close. So that's why that guy's showing disabled right now. So let's try to see. See, we're still above it, so I'm still saying, because I locked it out on the thing, so we're still above the set point, so I'm still saying, hey, we don't even need humidifier yet, we're still at our set point, so let's put this guy up. 52%. Boom, true. So, yes, boom.
So we should see that command go to enable.
That is going to... Yes, in 1 minute and 1 second.
Okay.
So I got a delay on there, so we should see that there in 1 second, or 1 minute. Give that the minute here. A little bit of the longest minute of your life, I'll just sitting there staring at it and everything like that, but generally, we wouldn't put that in there. You know what I'm saying? Generally, we would just let it float on that. But since we had a couple of things, I just kind of took it upon myself. Sorry, guys, to say, well, let's put at least a high stopgap on there, give it a little bit of time out, and come back down.
Yep.
But if the humidity was below 40 at that point, it would have automatically enabled for us. Right now, it was still because we were above. It's reading 42% in there.
There you go.
And there we go. We're enabled. So now that it enabled, you can see now this is read only from the humidifier. So now you can see the unit demand from the humidifier saying, well, I need 100% right now, okay?
Go.
Because I'm at 50% and my set point's 50 and I'm reading 42. Actual capacity is again from the humidifier. It's when it starts generating steam, and it's these humidifiers are pretty smart actually. They can tell by the BTUs per pound an hour of what they're generating and stuff. So. You'll see it a lot here at 100%, 90%, but your actual capacity only at like 40 or 50. That's all part of the humidifier on how it does it. I can't change that or do anything with that. It's based off a set point and how far out of deadband. So you can see we started kicking up. It's just a nice little graphic for you. When you see them on, it means we're humidifying. There you can see the actual capacity jumped to 54% on us right now. It also tells you right here that my status is humidifying of that unit. So if we went back, I'm going to put that back at 40, okay? Or you want 35 or?
Was it at 35 before?
Well, they've been 40. I put them at 35 just the last couple of days because of.
We can put it at 40 for now, so we can see what it looks like today.
Sure.
And then we can change it
Absolutely.
tomorrow if it doesn't go well.
So now you'll see we're above. So this should, in theory, in a few, start to drop. See the demand drop, and the capacities should start to drop.